All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're tackling something that basically fuels the entire modern world. You scroll through social media on literally any given day, and you're bound to see this massive debate. On one hand, people are hyping up black coffee as this ultimate super drink, like the secret to endless energy and living forever. But then, right below that, someone else is claiming it's secretly destroying your gut and wrecking your nervous system. So, we're going to cut through the noise today and break down the actual bitter truth about black coffee.
So, is it a super drink or a health hazard? It's honestly fascinating how incredibly polarized this whole conversation has gotten. You've got the intense hype over here, and then these really serious health anxieties causing people to just quit cold turkey over there. It's confusing, right? Well, our mission in this explainer is to put all that hype and panic to the side. We're looking strictly at the science to figure out exactly what happens inside your body when you drink it.
Okay, let's start with Section 1, the baseline.
Before we get into the heavy pros and cons, we really need to set our baseline. What are we actually talking about here? We're talking about pure black coffee. Just the coffee. No milk, no cream, absolutely no sugar. When you strip all those extras away, what you're left with is a totally pure beverage that has, frankly, almost 0 calories, literally like 2 calories a cup. It's rich in caffeine, and it's absolutely packed with natural antioxidants. This simple, completely unadorned drink is the vital daily go-to for so many of us. I mean, from students pulling all-nighters to professionals just trying to hit deadlines to us natural night owls desperately trying to wake up in the morning.
Moving right along to Section 2, the biological journey and benefits.
Okay, let's dive into this biological journey. Step 1, you drink the coffee. Pretty simple. But step 2 is where the magic actually happens. The caffeine hits your system and starts actively blocking a specific chemical in your brain called adenosine. Now think of adenosine like a really strict bouncer at a club, and his only job is telling your brain it's time to go to sleep. Caffeine essentially sneaks right past that bouncer, completely blocking the tired signal from ever reaching your brain. Which brings us to step 3. Boom! Your alertness spikes, your concentration sharpens up, your reaction time improves, and even your mood gets a really nice little lift. It is a direct biological chain reaction.
But hold on a second, we definitely need a quick reality check right here, especially when it comes to weight loss. We hear all the time that black coffee is this miracle fat-burning elixir. Well, the science shows that while yes, caffeine can slightly boost your metabolism, and yeah, it might even improve your performance during a gym session, it helps slightly, not magically. Just drinking coffee is absolutely not going to burn off body fat overnight. Without a proper diet and a consistent exercise routine already in place, those metabolic effects are very, very small. So it's a slight helper for sure, but definitely not a magic wand.
Now here is one of the most surprising yet totally scientifically sound benefits of the whole thing. Did you know that for a huge portion of people in the Western world, coffee is literally their single biggest daily source of antioxidants? No way, right? But it's true. These compounds are in there working incredibly hard to protect your cells from all the daily damage caused by things like stress and pollution. And those long-term cellular health benefits, they go even further. Studies actually suggest that drinking coffee in moderation may lower your risk of developing several serious conditions. We're talking type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's disease, and even liver disease. So yeah, that is a massive, massive point for the super drink side of the debate.
But wait, let's flip the script and look at Section 3. The dark side of caffeine.
All right, we've built up the hero's side, but there is a very real dark side if you're consuming way too much. We are talking about serious, uncomfortable physical and mental issues here. Severe anxiety, that awful jittery feeling, a rapid heartbeat, debilitating headaches, and acid reflux. And listen, we have to heavily emphasize sleep destruction. I mean, we've all had those awful nights, right? Staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., completely regretting that late afternoon cup. Downing large amounts of caffeine will utterly destroy your sleep quality. Plus, on top of all that, you run a huge risk of physical dependency, leaving you feeling totally exhausted and just irritable if you happen to miss your morning dose. Basically, too much caffeine equals massive problems.
However, we need to stop and bust a pretty major myth right here. You'll often hear people claim that coffee just automatically damages your heart. But here's the deal. Moderation is what actually matters. For the vast majority of healthy adults, a moderate intake of coffee is considered totally, completely safe. Now sure, excessive caffeine can temporarily spike your heart rate and your blood pressure, and obviously folks with pre-existing heart conditions need to be super careful. But this whole idea that a normal amount of black coffee is inherently toxic to a healthy heart, yeah, that's just a myth.
Which perfectly sets up Section 4, the biggest mistake.
And here's the big twist of our explainer. The biggest danger for most coffee drinkers isn't actually the black coffee at all. It's the sugar trap.
Look at the comparison. On one side, you have pure black coffee, practically 0 calories, totally pure, no additives. But then, on the other side, you have what so many people are actually drinking, dessert coffee. Some of these blended, syrupy concoctions piled incredibly high with whipped cream, they can literally pack more sugar than a couple of glazed donuts. This brilliantly illustrates the trap. The biggest mistake people make is thinking they're getting all those amazing health benefits of coffee we just talked about, when in reality, they've completely transformed a healthy drink into a massive, high-calorie dessert. Nutritionally speaking, pure black coffee and a sugary cafe drink are two completely different universes.
All right, let's bring it all home. Section 5, the final verdict. So, what does this all mean? Is black coffee actually healthy? It's time to finally bring these scales into balance. Ultimately, the truth is somewhere right in the middle. Yes, absolutely, black coffee can be an incredibly healthy part of your routine. When you drink it in moderation, it offers fantastic benefits. It improves your focus, gives you a massive dose of cellular protecting antioxidants, and brilliantly supports your energy levels. And this is a big but, cross that line into excessive consumption, and it's going to harm your sleep, spike your anxiety, and create a stubborn physical dependency. Like almost everything in the realm of health and science, balance is the absolute key to unlocking the benefits while avoiding the hazards.
So, the very next time someone tries to tell you that coffee is either a perfect miracle cure or a total poison, you now have the science to know better. You know the biological journey, you know the antioxidant power, and you definitely know the very real risks of going overboard and falling into that sugary dessert trap. Which leaves us with one final incredibly important thing to reflect on. I want you to evaluate your own daily routine based on the science we just unpacked today, and honestly ask yourself, how many cups of coffee do you drink every day?